Let's check in with the listeners.
Hey, listeners.
Listeners, remember you can always reach us at the email address gamescoop@ign.com, just like John Praw did.
Yeah, that's a made-up name.
Prawn?
Praw.
He's a prawn? He's a shrimp?
No, Praw.
Praw. That's even worse.
Praw.
I bet his real name is Paw.
How would he get the nickname Praw?
People made fun of him for being a paw, so they put an R in there.
That's sticking the R.
Scoop!
He says, during your episode 300 special, there was a question about things newer generations of gamers will never appreciate.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that for years. I have missed the momentous occasion to swap discs. Once Blu-ray disc meant the entire game could be on one disc, I immediately missed the sense of accomplishment of being prompted to insert disc 2. As a kid, my friends and I would brag about which disc of a certain game we were on. My question is, do you think game developers have done a good job building in new rewards for players now that certain technical limitations have been lifted?
That's an interesting one. I've never missed the disc swap, but when he puts it that way, you're like, I do remember that being a big deal when Metal Gear was like, put in disc 2, and I'm like, oh, it's happening, finally.
It's usually at a big mid-game like climax.
Yeah.
Like if they're smart, they would, a game like L.A. Noire didn't do that actually. Like it's just kind of like, oh, okay, you're on the second disc. But like the Final Fantasy games, you'd beat some big boss, there'd be some big reveal, and then it's like next disc.
This game, Fear Effect, was on 4 discs on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
We have a couple others. There was a Final Fantasy 9.
Yeah.
I think 8 and 9 were both 4
7,
discs.
8, and 9.
Mass Effect 2.
How many discs was that?
It was on.
Just 2, right?
Was it 3? Was it 3 that was on 2 discs? I'm not trying to confuse you guys. One of them is on multiple.
I was going to say it was.
And I think it's 2 and 3 on 360 are both on multiple discs.
It was still happening last generation.
Yeah.
Blue Dragon, the Xbox 360 RPG, was 3 discs.
And in whichever Mass Effect I'm talking about, I think it was 3 actually, because you put in one disc and then you put in the other for most of the game, and then for the ending you put in the first disc again.
Yeah,
that's good stuff.
I know my problem with that is, especially in RPGs where this was most common, is it would sometimes kind of ruin the drama because you would know you weren't near the end of the game. Like you're seeing dramatic stuff happening, you think, could this be the final boss fight? I don't know what's going on. This is this big climactic moment. But you're on disc 2 of 4, so you know that you still have another however many hours in front of you.
Yeah,
sure. Well, with floppy disks, you would install them all first.
Yeah, sure.
And then you'd have like 12 of them instead of a CD-ROM.
Yeah,
just put them in over and over.
6 Doom 3.5-inch floppies.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I remember that. Carmen Sandiego.
Yeah, I had that one too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that different in terms of the story arc, or like, in terms of like rewarding players and feeling like you've hit certain milestones in games. Like that was there in the old games. You just had to switch discs at certain points. Now it's still there. You're just not switching discs, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. Story pacing.
Yeah. I think we're okay on that. John Praw.
Paw. I know his real name.